Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
Welcome everybody to Daytona International Speedway. My name is Josh Hall. This is the original Rebels Racing League Hardline Freight Solutions Outlaw Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, my name is Josh Hall. We're getting ready to kick off the season with the Hardline Transport Solutions Truck Series here at Daytona. They had their clash last week, which was a non-points event. Tonight is a season opener, and we've got, it looks like one truck out on track right now, getting a little bit of practice before we get underway for qualifying. Qualifying in about a minute and a half here on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, we do appreciate you coming out here tonight. And got some new faces. We got a large field out here tonight, and we are looking for an exciting race here at Daytona. I'm currently up at the top of the board. Fry Hubbard, Kai Shaprit back in second. Greg Barnett, Jared Reed, and Corey Bigley are your top five in the standings as they run. But we all know that when it comes to practice here at the super speedways, really doesn't mean much. It's all about where you are at the end. And tonight we are looking for a fantastic ride here tonight. So about a minute left before we get qualifying underway. We had an exciting race on Friday night with the Xfinity Series. As we just got a couple of cars finally finishing their practice here. You see Aaron Theriot out on track right now. Austin Theriot out on track right now in the 83 machine. He's getting his final laps in. Corey Bragg out on track. He's getting a little bit of drafting practice here. And drafting is going to be the name of the game here tonight, as we all know. That is the 25 of Colton Lanford. Big shuffle right here. As practice is coming to an end, and we are getting ready for qualifying. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here again tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube. We do appreciate you coming out. I do see 18 people out there watching, and let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We'll be got the chat up all night long. You can interact with us. We'll interact back with you. And we're going to have a little bit of fun here tonight as we see Colton Lanford, one of the first trucks out on track. Yes, Aaron, I did get your PM. It is Theriot. I got that for you, and I pronounced it right already, and I'll make sure all night long to continue to announce that properly. Behind the scenes action going on right now, so bear with me just a moment as we get this all sorted out for your race tonight. So we do have a couple new sponsors for the league that I do want to make sure I get right here. Greg Barnett, or Tommy Stuff, rooting for Greg Barnett in the 38 POW MIA Ford. And then we got Jenny, good evening, watch from Canada, rooting on Steve McDonald. Let's go number 68. So there you go. We got a couple of people letting us know where they're from and who they're rooting for here tonight. So So we got a packed field. It looks like 32 trucks making their qualifying attempt right now. You see Lanford right down on that double yellow line. Let's see who else is out on track. Right now we see the 07 of Jared Reed. He's making his way into turns 1 and 2. Starting his second lap. Stephanie watching from Iowa, cheering on Logan Monteith. We got a few people out there all over the country tuning in tonight and watching a fantastic ride here tonight at Daytona. See Logan Monteith out on track right now in his qualifying attempt underway, coming across the stripe for his first lap. That's going to put him up at the top of the board. Let's see if he's able to improve that time on his second run here in that Evil Empire machine. Steve McDonald has not taken the track yet. We'll see where he winds out. Same with the 38. Greg Barnett have not taken the track yet as well. Here comes Monteith off of turn number 4, down to the start-finish line. So currently Monteith at the top of the board. Let's see who else is out there right now. We got James Searfoss. Just finished up his qualifying attempt, up in the 18th position. How about this Garrett Kinder? Normally you don't see him in the Outlaws races, but here he is tonight. Skinner's making his way through turns 3 and 4 and down towards the short chute to the tri-oval. Let's see where he's able to put himself here on his second lap. Down across the stripe. And Garrett Kinder is going to move up to 4th. Much better starting position than he had in the not Xfinity race. I keep saying Xfinity even though it's not the Xfinity anymore. The Grand National race on Friday night. Here's Corey Bigley in the 82, just getting out underway. But Steve McDonald making his way on the track right now. Just took the white flag for his second lap. Let's see what he's able to do here. We'll ride along. That as we see Steve McDonald jump up into the 6th position. And with 3.5 minutes left here in qualifying, I don't see anybody else here on the track just yet. But there's just a little bit of time left to get out there and get their qualifying attempt in. Thank everybody for joining us here tonight. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, does mean a lot for you to join in tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe whether you're watching on either platform. Does mean a lot, helps us out a ton as well. So we got about just over 2.5 minutes left of qualifying. Doesn't look like anybody else is going to take the track, so we're going to get ready for 60 heart-pounding laps here at Daytona International Speedway. You'll hear a couple buzzwords out of me tonight. One of them is going to be drafting. If you're not too familiar with these trucks are going to do a lot of drafting, and that's when one truck gets behind another truck. They can actually push the air a little bit quicker and get their get around a little bit quicker. Thank you, Aaron, for letting me know about the in-car noise. I do apologize for that. Cranked up the volume the other night to get the interviews underway and completely forgot to turn it back down. So thank you, Aaron, for that. So yeah, we'll be talking about drafting as well as energy. And what energy is you'll see that these trucks will run 2 lanes side by side. Could be up to 10, 15, 20 trucks deep. And whatever line is lined up the best, they're going to have the energy. They're going to propel themselves towards the front. So we'll see that tonight. And by using the side draft. And the side draft, when these trucks push the air around them, you can actually dump all that air like a wake around you onto the spoiler of the car next to you or the truck next to you and actually slow that truck down. So we'll see the side draft come into play tonight. We'll see lots of drafting. It's great for the crank up the intensity segment. I agree. We love pumping up the intensity, and we'll be definitely doing that here tonight when these trucks are out full song in that big pack, and you can really get an idea of the speed and the sound of these trucks as they're making their way around this 2.5-mile super speedway. So while we got about a minute left here in qualifying, I also want to mention our web store. Down in the links below, you can find a link to our web store, intensitybroadcasting.com, where you can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads of not just Intensity Broadcasting, but your favorite Intensity League, such as the Original Rebels Racing League, SCSRA, and we also have some new merchandise in there as well. We've got some novelty t-shirts, such as our Cautions Breed Cautions t-shirt, but Atlee Atman Weiss, the young man who started Intensity Broadcasting, does have his racing gear in there as well. Hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts. So support the young man in his bandolero career at intensitybroadcasting.com. Garrett says, nice to have you back on the trucks, Josh. I appreciate that, Kinder. It's good to be here, and I always look forward to these Sunday night doubleheaders. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot out of me, but it's a blast to watch these trucks run around these tracks in these doubleheaders. And here we go. We're getting ready for our grid. As always, your Peg Leg Pole Award winner tonight will be the one of Logan Monteith with Mike Kosick starting from the 2nd position. Adam Lang, he'll be rolling off 3rd with Garrett Kinder in the 4th position. Corey Hines and Steve McDonald round out row number 3. Row 4 will find Butch Taylor and Matt Kleeman in the 8th position. Tyler Barnett and Brandon Pollock round out your top 10. 11th will be Fry Hubbard with Jonathan Cofield, winner from Friday night, rolling off from the 12th position. 13th, Andy Kurtz and Ryan Huff in that 14th position. Then Colton Lanford and Mike Petosa Jr. in the 8th row. 9th row, we'll find Matt Telder and Ryan Derrick, and then Brian Rupert, and Todd Schott make up row number 10. James Searfoss rolls off from 21st with Jared Reed in the 22nd position. Corey Bragg and Brett Bieber round out row number 12. Row 13 will be Mark Brewser and Travis Bieber, followed by Charlie Gates Jr. and Corey Bigley. Gary Wright and Isaiah Gill round out row number 15 with Kenneth Pack and Aaron Theriot in the 32nd position. Brandon Wallace and Greg Froelich, 33rd and 34th respectively. And then Kai Shappert, Greg Barnett, and Aaron Sayer round out the rest of the field here at Daytona. Well, the trucks are lining up on pit road, getting ready to roll off and do battle here at Daytona for 60 laps. So a couple drivers that might be starting from the pits here tonight. Yeah, we've got, looks like Brandon Wallace and Garrett Kinder. Both currently sitting on pit road. It looks like they're going to be starting their race from the from pit lane tonight. So that might be a little bit of a strategy call for those Reaper Racing drivers. Again, 37 trucks taking the green flag here tonight. A couple little connection glitch there. I do apologize for that there. See all the trucks making their way down the backstretch and getting ready to do battle here at the World Center of Speed, the Daytona International Speedway. Here we go. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road as Logan Monteith is going to lead them down to the starting zone. Now, the restart zone will be in effect on any restarts we have tonight, but the initial start of the race will be on the green flag. And there it is. We are green flag racing here at Daytona. Already Monteith getting a big shove from the 8 of Adam Lang. Getting that 91 machine out in front. That bottom lane just a little bit better lined up, and the 3 of Mike Kosick is going backwards right now. Now Kosick's going to get a little bit of help as they come down the backstretch. That is the 68 of Steve McDonald on the back bumper, giving a big shove to that 3 machine, trying to get him back up towards the front. But right now, Logan Monteith, a pretty big lead over that top row with a big shove from Adam Lang as they make their way through turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Off of turn number 4, down the short chute, down towards the tri-oval. And Logan Monteith is going to lead the first lap of the season here tonight. But here comes Kosick on that high side with a big shove from Steve McDonald, getting that 3 up towards the front. This is where that energy is going to come into play. Which line can get formed up the best and propel themselves forward. And right now it's that top lane. You see the big shove from the 68 on the 3, giving him a big shove down the backstretch, pushing him, bump drafting into the corner, trying to get that 3 out in front. 3 not able to clear. Kosick not able to get down in front of the 91. He's going to have to stay up there with Steve McDonald. We see Matt Kleeman and the 58 of Jonathan Cofield up there as well. And that third car in line, that Matt Kleeman back there, he does not want to push Steve McDonald. He wants to get right on the back bumper, but he cannot make contact if the 68 is pushing on that 3. If he does, that can cause a big wreck. And we talk about it all the time, the big one. It's not if the big one's going to happen, it's when's the big one going to happen. Right now, though, everybody kind of settling in, kind of finding where they want to be. Starting to break up into 2 distinct groups here. Oh, we got a little issue up at the front of the pack. Everybody's able to keep going. But looked like a little wiggle. And yellow is out. It looks like the yellow is out for Gary Wright. So let's bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And let's see what brought out this caution here tonight. Well, it looks like it was a big old checkup. We're going to start from what wasn't the caution. Back here up at the front, we see the 8 of Adam Lang down on the low side, catches the apron just a little bit, upsets his truck a little bit, shoots him up the track, and then he turns the truck to the left to keep from hitting the 68 of Steve McDonald. And then everybody checks up in front of him. You see the 57 avoiding contact there. That's the 33 of Butch Taylor avoiding contact. And while that everybody's checking up, we have this second group back here that isn't able to check up just quite fast enough. And, the 15 got turned around. That is James Searfoss. And we see hard contact, a couple drivers making hard contact here. The 21 up and over on his roof. The 83 of Aaron Theriot up and over as well. See Greg Barnett involved. The 42. A couple new faces in new trucks. So just trying to get an idea of who everybody is and where everybody is. 42 getting a little piece of that as well. So a couple vehicles involved in that as well. And I just want to double check something. I'm going to bring up an ugly screen. Do not mind this screen at all because I just wanted to check. These drivers do have one fast repair. So these drivers who were involved in this, drivers like Greg Barnett, Brandon Wallace on pit road still, James Searfoss, able to get their trucks repaired and give themselves another chance. Yeah, you ugly screen, I know. Just had to bring that up because I wanted to double check the rules there. Just want to make sure that I'm not speaking out of turn. I do know the Grand National Series that ran on Friday is not using resets. So just want to make sure that that wasn't going to be across the board. But what is across the board in this series is the Geico restart zone. And what that is, you'll see as Mike Kosick makes his way here towards the tri-oval on the bottom of the track, just below that double yellow line. You'll see a blue Geico sign there. And what that is, that's the Geico restart zone. And the leader has to maintain pace speed and restart in that zone. If he restarts too early or changes too much speed before that zone, he will receive a black flag. If he does not restart in that zone, then the green flag will come out and everybody can resume racing whether the leader wants to go or not. And no, I have no idea who Start Money Motorsports is. And yeah, no idea at all. Here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. Oh, it's Alex. There we go. Alex Veith with the new tag there. Start Money Motorsports. So lights are off on the pace truck. We're gonna go back green flag racing. We're gonna re-rack them, restack them, and refire them here. Coming to lap number 7. We'll see if Kosick gets the good jump here, or if Logan Monteith can figure it out and try to stay right there alongside Kosick just to get that. Charles Stevens in the chat just says mullets. That's the best way to describe Alex Veith for sure, is mullets. The only driver I know who's got a mullet on his truck. Just had a little bit of a squirrel moment when I saw that on the corner of my eye. But here we go. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. And Kosick's going to lead him down into that restart zone. There we go. Green flag's back in the air. We are back racing. And a good jump for Steve McDonald and Kosick. And you see it's the 58 of Jonathan Cofield lined up on the bottom. So there's the energy I was talking about earlier. And Logan Monteith's going to fall all the way from the front row back into the 4th position. You see Matt Kleeman up on the high sides. Got some help behind him. He's got the 8 of Adam Lang. It looks like the 57 of Corey Hines behind him as well. 00 of Todd Schott coming up through there. So a couple drivers hooked up on that high side, trying to make something happen. The 07 of Jerry Reed out there as well. As right now we've got everybody just kind of starting to ride just a little bit, realizing that it's a long race still. Don't want to have another big one like we just had that takes out a bunch of drivers. And one thing you really don't notice from the side shot is just how much these trucks move around. In the air, in the draft, these trucks move around a ton. That's where most of our incidents actually happen, on the straightaways as opposed to in the corner. In the corner, the trucks are loaded up. There's a lot of grip. The trucks really stick there in the corner. But once you get on the straightaways and unload that suspension, these trucks move around a ton. As Matt Kleeman getting a huge shove. Adam Lang up on that high side, trying to get himself up towards the lead. He's up to beside the 68 of Steve McDonald. And another thing with these drivers pushing, it's really easy to overheat these trucks. Being tucked underneath that bumper like that, you see the small grill opening. Take a look from the back bumper here. See that small grill opening underneath where it says Tundra? That's the only air that these engines get from to try to cool these motors down. So when you're tucked right up underneath the bumper like that, it's not allowing any air to that engine, and it's really easy to overheat the engine and completely detonate that motor. As they're coming up on the lap truck, I believe that is Brett Bieber in the 808 that they're catching pretty quickly here. No, I take that back. It's a 114 of Travis Bieber. I knew it was one of them. And Travis is going to stay down on the low side. And we'll see these trucks starting to scatter a little bit as they try to get around the lap truck. When it comes to these super speedways, as long as the lap truck, you see him blend in there as he gets the draft and gets up the speed. As long as the lap truck kind of stays in his lane, doesn't really weave or make any last second moves, it's usually a pretty easy way to get around them. When they start making some wild moves out in front of the pack where things can get hairy. Think of Kevin LePage at Talladega years ago, if you know what I'm talking about. But right now, it just looks like everybody's kind of running in line, just logging laps at the moment. And this would be a great opportunity to do a little pump on up the intensity. Oh, we got a wreck. We got a big wreck here. On the front stretch, caution is out. Trucks are scattering everywhere, and already this is the big one. At least a dozen trucks involved in this one, as we're getting ready to take a look at the wreckage rewind here to see exactly who and what was involved here. Looks like it starts with the 00 of Todd Schott. See Todd Schott up on that high lane. See a bit of a checkup up on that high lane. Todd Schott has to get out of it. Gets tagged by the 07 of Jerry Reed. Comes down into the 9. And then all these drivers behind with nowhere to go. We see Petosa involved in that. We see it's the 25 of Lanford involved in that. And then, yeah, it's easier to talk about the trucks that made it through, like the 99 of Brandon Wallace sneaking down to the bottom to get around. And, yeah, we see a ton of trucks. Brandon Pollock involved. Garrett Kinder getting a little piece of that as well. Isaiah Gill able to slow down and avoid it there. But, man, that's the thing. It just happens so fast that when you ride along on board, you see there's just nowheres to go. That was on board with Mike Bertosa Jr. So, yeah, just a tough break. Tough break for a lot of drivers here. Fortunately, drivers who have resets and able to get down to pit road and get those trucks fixed up. As here we are working lap number 13 of 60. Don't forget to join us after this one tonight. We do have the Rebels truck race coming up at 10 p.m. They'll be doing 60 laps here at Daytona. So you're not going to want to miss that one at all. So we should be getting the one to go signal here. Lights should be popping off on the pace truck. We'll be getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Froenig, Gill, Justin Bieber. Now we don't have Justin Bieber. We've got Travis Bieber and we've got Brett Bieber, but no Justin Bieber. We do have Greg Froenig and Isaiah Gill in here. If those who are familiar with the old iOS series that we used to broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. Not sure who that is. That's that must be Uncle Todd right there. It looks like. I'm guessing. Neither D. Wright or Joe Wright are in this race. That would be Gary Wright that you see there. Uncle Todd, I think the only names you'll recognize in here are Garrett Kinder and Froenig and Gill. So here we go. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. And into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Kosick immediately on that loud pedal. And getting a big lead here over the 68 of Steve McDonald, which is not the best thing. Here at Super Speedways, you do not want to get out to a lead like that because you can see exactly what's happening right now. The field is catching right back up, and being in the draft, they're able to pull right up to the back bumper. And here goes Matt Kleeman battling for the lead. He's got a big push here from the 39 of Kenneth Pack. Kosick, though, starting to get a little bit of an advantage there as my lovely assistant and wife brings me down a couple bottles of water. Do appreciate that. And now Kleeman losing a little bit of momentum on the low side. Here it comes. That's the 58 of Peck. A big block down on the bottom. A couple drivers making a move. We see the 31 of Greg Froenig. getting left behind there on the high side, but he's got the 88 of Ryan Derrick up to the back bumper and seeing if they can hook up together and move themselves towards the front. Now a big jump up to the high side. I believe that was Matt Kleeman. Again, new colors in some of these drivers. And yeah, Kleeman does jump up to the high side, trying to get a push here from Fronek. We see the 9.5 Brandon Wallace down on the low side. He's got the 57 of Corey Hines right behind him as well. The field rockets off of turn number 4 down to the stripe to complete lap number 16. Mike Kosick still out in front over the 68 of Steve McDonald. A couple other drivers making some moves here tonight. We see Greg Fronek currently running in the 8th position, up 26 spots. Brandon Wallace up 28 spots. Kenneth Pack up 27 spots. So a couple big movers through the field. Fortunately, when there's big movers like that, you've got some big movers in the opposite direction. Butch Taylor currently back in 25th, losing 18 spots from the start. Andy Kurtz way back, losing the draft back in 29th. You see all the damage to that 5 machine, and it looks like I believe he used his reset in the first incident, and right now he's just kind of hanging off the pack. As the field crosses the line here, we see one distinct 24 truck pack as Brett Bieber and Fry Hubbard are the last. I'm sorry, that's Brett Bieber and that's Fry Hubbard up on the high side. The last 2 trucks on the lead lap to go around the lap truck 25 of Colton Lanford. It looks like Matt Kleeman trying to get another run here on the high side with a push from Greg Fronek. And the 88 of Ryan Derrick and the 8 of Adam Lang up there as well. So we know Lang knows how to do some pushing and some drafting here. And he's up on that high side trying to make that line move. And how about Kleeman? Looks like Kleeman just led that lap. He did. He was able just to get the nose out in front. Now, is he going to be able to get down and clear the 3? Or is he going to stay up on the high side with Fronek? He does stay up there on the high side. We see the big gap between the 58 and the 39. That's going to allow that high side to regain some energy. As they come down the backstretch, expect Matt Kleeman to be able to clear the 3 coming off of turn number 4. As I say that, all that energy gets broken up on the high side. Now it looks like the low side's starting to get a little more formed up and organized. And as I say that, Fronek starts giving a big push back to Kleeman. Fronek must have been hot, just kind of fell off of the 19 for a second to get his temps back down. Get a little air to the engine. As the battle continues for the lead. And for these guys up front here battling hard, it's a battle, but when you move towards the middle of the pack here, we're going to ride along here with Matt Telder. You can see just nowhere to go for Telder. Here I'm working that throttle, trying to stay off the back bumper. See Logan Monteith down on that low side. So you see just how much these trucks really do move around in this draft back here and how much lifting these drivers are going to have to do to keep from running into the back of each other. You see Greg Fronek with a big push on Kleeman. Those two working together very well up on that high side as they make their way down into turn number 3. And here comes Adam Lang trying to give a little bit of help up to Fronek and Kleeman as well. And the 84 of Tyler Barnett right there as well. See Greg Barnett running in the 24th position, still part of this lead pack here. So trying to hold on to the pack here. He's got the 83 in front of him. That is Aaron Theriot right in front, who is currently a lap down. Trying to work his way through the field to get back up. To get back on the lead lap, he would, let's see who the... Mark Brewster right here is currently the driver in the lucky dog position. Running here with Andy Kurtz. Both drivers got a bit of damage on their truck, so fortunately not able to keep up at full speed. Where the rest of the field is lined up and got the speed going for themselves. Oh, big wiggle in the middle of the pack here. We got some three wide races. They come across the lap truck of Travis Bieber. He's got a lot of damage from that last incident. They are still three wide. Oh, the 84 gets turned. Tyler Barnett gets turned right in front of the field. Drivers are scattering to avoid him. Looks like Monteith might have got a little piece of that as well. Caution is out. It's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see exactly what happened in this 84 and who else was involved here. Taking a look from high above in the iRacing blimp. We see the three wide racing, the 88. I think he makes a little bit of contact with the 114, shoots him up the track and to the side of the 84 of Tyler Barnett. We see the 7 of Matt Telder. Just barely able to sneak by. There's the 42. Able to avoid as well. We see Brandon Wallace again taking evasive action down to the low side. Garrett Kinder. Looks like he's going to avoid it. Logan Monteith avoids it as well. So just the 84. That is incredible. Let's take a look at this at full speed because it's just incredible how much the 84... How many trucks that 84 missed, or how many trucks missed that 84 spinning? See the initial contact there, so a little damage on the 88, but then everybody else able to avoid Tyler Barnett and keep themselves clean. So just really a one truck incident. Mike Kosick is still your leader over Matt Kleeman, and I imagine these drivers going to be making their way down pit road any moment to make their pit stop. There they all come down pit road to get fuel because they will be able to make it to the end from here. It's like a couple drivers staying out who pit earlier. You see Adam Lang, Matt Telder, Corey Hines staying out as well, Logan Monteith, Mike Bertosa Jr., Fry Hubbard also staying out. Butch Taylor staying out, Corey Bragg as well. So 8 trucks will be staying out here. Now it's just going to be a matter of the race off of pit road. And Kleeman is going to win the race off pit road. How about Garrett Kinder? Coming out in second, and Gary Wright out there in the 12th position currently. Greg Froelich loses a couple of positions coming on the pit road, but able to keep himself in the top 15. So we have a new leader here tonight. The 8 of Adam Lang. Matt Telder in the 7. He'll be back in second. Sorry about that. Here's some dinging in the background. As the lights are off on the pace truck. Here we go. The field's getting ready to restart here tonight. I'm taking a and looking through the field. Want to give my best paint of the night. And the paint that I'm really enjoying here tonight is the 25. You got a better look at this machine. This 25 Air Force machine, I'm going to give the no neck best paint of the night award to. As the pace truck's making its way on the pit road, Adam Lang's going to lead him back down to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. And again, we've seen that leader get that big advantage all night long. Logan Monteith jumps down to the bottom side. And the 7 of Matt Telder is left out to dry all by himself. He's going to get freight trained being up there on the high side all by himself. Hopefully he can tuck in behind Bertosa Jr. here. But no, he's going to stay up on the high side as Fry Hubbard now pushing through with the 33 of Butch Taylor right there as well. Finally, the 7 of Matt Telder gets some help with the 6 of Corey Bagg right there. You see Garrett Kinder up on that high side. Greg Froelich up there as well. We see Kleeman making his way with Kosick and the 58 of Jonathan Cofield right there as well. And now the 33 of Butch Taylor making a move up to the high side. Oh, the 7 gets turned around. It's Matt Telder gets turned around and another truck going for a spin as well. Ooh, Brandon Wallace hard to the inside wall. Caution is out and they're still turning, spinning out there. The 39 of Kenneth Pack gets turned around and it's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch wreckage rewind. See, we can see exactly what happened here from the blimp again. We see Telder up on that high side, that black machine. We see the 06 of Corey Bragg right there, right behind. And, ooh, the 60 of Steve McDonald pushes up the track a little bit, makes contact with the 7. He goes spinning down to the inside. And then the 39, ooh, makes contact with Greg Froelich. That's where the 39 came spinning through there as he made some contact with what I believe was the 00 of Todd Schott. And then we saw Brandon Wallace make some hard contact with the inside wall as well. I think Brandon Wallace might have had a little bit of help from behind here. Yeah, we see him checking up and just getting run over, catching that inside wall. So, and the 4 of Kai Shepard involved as well. So, a couple drivers having some tough luck there. But that's going to allow Adam Lang to hold on to the lead currently. '22 has a great paint job, I was told. That is Mark Brewster. See if we can take a look at this paint job as well. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great paint job as well. They painted there by Schmiel Racing Designs. A little bit of chrome there. I like that little bit of use of chrome up on the hood there, that edge work. But that 25 just caught my eye from the very, very beginning of the night. And Alex V says, pretty awesome to see Season 1 OG Brian Rupert back on track with the original Rebels Racing League. You know, it's been a long time. I thought that name looked familiar, and I just could not put my finger on why it looked familiar. And yeah, he is one of the OGs. Current Church says I should ride on board with Kai. I think he slid and barely missed the 7 and saved it. Luck and skill. Well, we got a few seconds here. Let's take a look at this. We'll jump on board with Kai Shapit. See what he saw. Kai got smacked from behind, but yeah, he was able to hold on to it. So great save for the driver of the 4 machine. As the field makes their way off of turn number 4, the lights on the pace truck should be shutting off this time. We'll have just 1 lap to go. So here we go. We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them. Adam Lang chooses the inside lane, putting Corey Hines up on the high side. Again, don't forget to join us after this one's over. We'll be doing it all over again with the Rebels Truck Series here on Intensity Broadcasting as they kick off their season from Daytona as well. And we are just past halfway in this one with Adam Lang in the lead. Corey Hines restarting on the second in second. Logan Monteith and Fry Hubbard in row number 2. Mike Kosick, Jonathan Cofield up into the 3rd row. And here we go. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Adam Lang approaches the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We are right back to racing. And everybody again moving down to the low side, leaving that driver up on the high side for himself. He's able to, Corey Hines able to sneak on between Logan Monteith and Fry Hubbard. Ooh, and one driver, looks like Matt Kleeman, was down on the apron, able to gather it back up, but a scary moment for a second as Kleeman was clear down below the apron, had to get back up on track, loses a ton of positions, falls all the way back into the 17th position, but able to keep it straight and not collect anybody, so we stay green flag racing. We see Isaiah Gill and Brandon Pollock up on the high side trying to make something happen. For those who follow the SCSRA and the old iOS series, Isaiah Gill, definitely a short track specialist, but making something happen here at the Super Speedway. As him and Brandon Pollock are rocketing up towards the front. They rocket down the backstretch. Isaiah Gill's got a chance to take the lead here, and he will take the lead. Oh, gets a little contact from Adam Lang. Adam may not have thought he was as clear as he was. Didn't really like the pull down in front. Now Pollock with a big push from the 68 of Steve McDonald. To the stripe, though, and looks like Isaiah Gill will lead that lap. But just barely over the one of Brandon Pollock. So now side by side, the 1 and the 0-1 for the lead. Bottom lane starting to get a little better formed up. We see we see Monteith right there on the back bumper of Adam Lang. Starting to propel that bottom lane forward. So right now the field is back into one big pack. Kleeman, who is right up at the front, now finds himself back in 22nd position. And we see the entire field is pretty much all together. Andy Kurtz with that damaged vehicle able to stay in touch in the pack. Oh, 2 trucks hard into the outside wall. It's Greg Barnett and looks like the 9 of Ryan Huff making some hard contact with the outside wall. Able to continue forward as we battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Brandon Pollock and Isaiah Gill, the 0-1 and the 1, fighting for position number 1 as they come through the short chute down towards the tri-oval. And Isaiah Gill with a solidly out in front at the moment with just 24 laps to go. See the damaged truck on the apron letting everybody by. I believe that's Kai Shepard. The yellow flag is out. And Andy Kurtz off the pace. Gary Wright as well. 4 of Kai Shepard involved as well. We saw Kai just coming off of pit road. And that is going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. So we take a look to see what happened to Andy Kurtz and them. Oh, just coming up on the 21 of Gary Wright a little quickly. And yeah, just nowhere to go for these drivers. Andy Kurtz involved. Kai Shepard making hard contact as well. So another tough break here tonight. These drivers make their way down on the pit road. And Isaiah Gill continues to lead here at Daytona. So when we restart this time, we're going to have about 22 laps to go. Isaiah Gill, coming down on the pit road. Adam Lang, Logan Monteith, Corey Hines, Fry Hubbard, Tyler Barnett, Corey Bragg, all making their way down on the pit road. We see Matt Kleeman on the pit road as well. Aaron Sire, Andy Kurtz, Ryan Huff. And I'm wondering here if Kurtz might have a reset. See if this truck gets fixed up when he comes to a stop in his box here. No, it looks like he's going to have to stay in his pit stall here and get some damage fixed. Fry Hubbard is down and away. So Brandon Pollock will be your leader coming to this restart with Steve McDonald in second. Jared Reed back in the third position in the 07. Brett Bieber runs back in fourth, and Charlie Gates Jr. in the fifth position. Jonathan Cofield is in sixth. Mike Kosick, the other Jack Daniels truck, in seventh. Mike Bertosa Jr. in the eighth position. Garrett Kinder back in ninth, and Matt Telder round up your top 10. See Corey Bigley back in the 11th position. Todd Schott in 12th. Brandon Wallace is going to restart in 13th. Butch Taylor and Brian Rupert round out your top 15. And the rest of your top 20 would be Mark Brewster in the 22. Adam Lang back in 17th. Logan Monteith, 18th. Tyler Barnett and Corey Hines would be your top 20. So lights on the pace truck are off. We are going to be going back green flag racing this time. And we'll have just 20 laps to go when we take the green flag. So just 50 miles to go here at Daytona. Another iRacing OG. We see Matt Geiss out there watching the broadcast. We appreciate you tuning in, Matt. The original founder of the original Rebels. A lot of damage to the left side of that 07 of Jared Reed. We'll have to see if he's able to keep up here with that damage or if that hinders him on his way moving forward. Here we go. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing with 20 laps to go here at Daytona. Green flag's back in the air. We are back racing. And again, your leader, the one of Brandon Pollock, able to get out in front. Fortunately, he's out a little too far out in front of the pack. And this could spell trouble for him as the pack is forming up behind him. And it's a good opportunity for that 07 to jump up to the high side to try to go around, but he is going to latch onto the back. Oh, we got one around in the back. That's the 14 of Fry Hubbard going spinning down to the infield, makes contact with the inside safer barrier. Well below the racing surface, he's able to get it rolling again, so no caution. So no caution for Fry Hubbard as the rest of the field makes their way to the tri-oval. And we have just 19 laps to go. We're looking for those drivers that had to pit that time by. We see drivers like Isaiah Gill back in 18th, Matt Kleeman back in 16th. A couple drivers stuck in the back of the pack. Oh, we see Gill get pushed down onto the grass. Fry Hubbard avoiding it as well. We stay greens still. Not really sure what happened to Isaiah Gill there. Looks like he got pushed down onto the grass and losing a ton of positions after leading the race a few short laps ago. Here we go, the field rocketing down the backstretch towards turn number 3. Steve McDonald now up on the high side getting a push from Jonathan Cofield. Cofield's truck is in much better shape than that 07, so that's allowing those two drivers to get hooked up on the high side. That high side much more organized than that low side is right now, and that's going to show Steve McDonald making his way out towards the front. I know there's a few Rebels drivers out there watching right now, trying to get ready for their race, trying to see what moves are going to work and what moves are not going to work. But right now, for most of these guys, they're just kind of settling in. They know that you can't win it from right here, but you can definitely lose it. So they're just trying to stay in line, log some laps until it's go time, and they're able to make that big aggressive move at the end. They're still neck and neck up at the front. Steve McDonald and Brandon Pollock trading lap after lap for the lead. They're coming up on the lap truck of Greg Barnett down on the low side. They're going to clear him easily. A couple guys just kind of sneaking through here as well. We see Garrett Kinder back in the 9th position, just methodically, slowly making his way through the field. Trying to get himself in a position here as well. We saw an aggressive move that he made on Friday night in the Grand National Series. We'll have to see if he makes a similar move here tonight. Trying to put himself in a position. Oh, he got one around on the backstretch. That was Matt Kleeman was just up on his side for a moment. Caution is out. That was going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. I don't think that was Kleeman that was up on his side. I think that might have been the 99 of Brandon Wallace. We'll take a look here. Saw a bunch of yellow trucks and a yellow truck up on its side. See, that's Brandon Wallace making it 3 wide with Andy Kurtz. And Kurtz did have a reset. You see that truck is clean now. And Brandon Wallace involved. You see Andy Kurtz just getting turned from the 57. And then those two drivers, you see, Kleeman did get up on his side when Andy Kurtz got turned around, so that actually happened right after Brandon Wallace got turned around. We see as the 57 makes contact with the 5. A little bit of net code between those drivers right there as they go up into the wall. Andy Kurtz gets up into the air a little bit. Then Matt Kleeman almost goes up and over on his side. A couple drivers like Greg Froelich making some evasive moves there to avoid the incident. That's going to give Brandon Pollock back the lead in another attempt for a restart here to keep himself out in front. When we go back green flag racing, we'll have somewhere around 10 laps to go. And when we come by this time, the lights on the pace truck should be shutting off, so we'll have just one to go before we go back green flag racing. As we're getting down towards the last 10 laps of the race, now the intensity is going to start to ramp up a little bit. You thought they were being a little aggressive before. The intensity level is about to rise as we come down to the end of this race. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see another big wreck where we might see 10, 15, 20 trucks involved. There we go. Lights on the pace truck are off. Brandon Pollock chooses the inside lane. And that's going to give us 11 laps to go when we take the green flag. We'll see if some of these drivers that are a little further back, drivers like Garrett Kinder, Mike Bertosa Jr., Todd Schott, Adam Lang, might make some last-ditch desperation moves to try to get the win here tonight. So here we go. Pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. And 11 laps to settle it here at Daytona. Unless we go green-white checker, if we have a wreck that happens that extends this race, we'll have to see if anybody's going to have to refuel here before the end of the race as Brandon Pollock hits the gas pedal. Green flag back in the air. Much better restart for Pollock this time. He's got Reed right there on the back bumper this time. Not a few car lengths behind. There's some contact made between Steve McDonald. Steve McDonald gets turned around. Adam Lang involved as well. Now they're piling in behind and the big one ensues. Caution is back out. See the 22 of Mark Brewster in this as well. It's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Try to see if we can find out exactly where this started. Looks like Garrett Kinder was involved in this one as well. So let's take a look here. We'll watch this one here from the blimp and see the 68 of Steve McDonald after making contact with the 808. And the 58 of Jonathan Cofield makes contact. Steve McDonald comes down into the side of Garrett Kinder. Adam Lang trying to check up, runs into the back of Tyler Barnett. Mike Pertosa Jr. able to sneak on through, but then everything comes piling in from the back. And you see the 25 involved back there, the 22, the 06 of Corey Bragg caught up in that as well. Fry Hubbard shooting the middle there, trying to get through, gets caught up by Lanford. And just nowhere's for the drivers in the back to go, so. Oh, we're still green flag racing. I thought the yellow came out, but we are still green flag racing. So the yellow never came out for that. I do apologize. I thought the yellow had come out with a big wreck like that, but no, the caution has not come out. Now the caution comes out for another wreck a little further back. That looked like it involved Mike Pertosa, Tyler Barnett. And this one does bring out the caution, so let's bring up another wreckage rewind to see what happened in this pack back here. So after everybody got going, there's a second pack in the rear here that actually got involved in this, and we can see exactly what happened. Bertosa just came up a little bit into the side of the 84 of Tyler Barnett. See Logan Monteith going up to the high side to avoid it. He's going to get right on by, but a couple other drivers not so lucky. We see the 7, Matt Telder, just barely missing it. So that's what brought out the most recent yellow. And yes, we are actually under yellow this time. I'm sure anybody else out there would have thought that the wreck before that brought out a yellow with as many trucks that were spun out across the track. So we have going to have about 4 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. And we get ready to wrap this one up and then move on over to the next race, which will be the Original Rebels Racing League Truck Series, Sunday Night Truck Series, Bubba's Bargain Barn 150 here at Daytona. So you're not going to want to miss that. Hopefully there's as much excitement in that one as we've had in this one here tonight. So Brandon Pollock will be your leader. Jonathan Cofield will start in second. Jared Reed, Mike Kosick, and Brett Bieber round out your top 5. Also want to throw a little shout out. I know Kai Shappert and I can't remember the other person who was putting money Friday night. They raised $240 towards Mission 22 because they were paying $5 per patriotic paint scheme out on the track. So an awesome, it's $10 per car for Mission 22 from Kai Shappert. And awesome little side pot that they were able to put that into there, as Mission 22 is a big charity that the Original Rebels likes to check out. We see Michael Lawrence says, anybody checked on Fronix temps? It's a good inside joke from a couple seasons ago in the iOS. But here we go. Green flag back in the air. Brandon Pollock back to the gas pedal. 5 laps to go here at Daytona. Again, Pollock with a big jump out in front. Here comes Jared Reed with the push on the low side. And then we've got Jonathan Cofield and Mike Kosick up on the high side. We see the 55 of Charlie Gates Jr. up in the mix as well. How about Logan Monteith up there as well after getting caught up in a couple incidents? And that's the 42 of Aaron Sire after getting caught up in a couple incidents as well, right back in the mix of things. And Greg Froelich and Isaiah Gill running 11th and 12th after getting caught up in a couple big wrecks. So a couple drivers having some bad luck now find themselves on the receiving end of some good luck here, as we're coming to 3 laps to go when they take the flag this time, or they cross the stripe this time by. And they are side by side for the lead, although here comes Jonathan Cofield falling back a little bit off the back bumper, or off the front bumper, I should say, of Kosick. So they make their way down the backstretch. 2.5 laps to go here. Still anybody's race. We've seen lots of last lap moves to take the win here at Daytona. Could we see that again here tonight? Nobody's really pressured 3-wide racing yet, but as we're coming down to the last couple laps, we might see a third lane jump up on the high side, and they come down the short chute to the start finish line. Just 2 laps to go. Brandon Pollock, Jonathan Cofield, side by side, door to door. Now that inside lane getting a little bit of energy. We see Brett Bieber coming up to the back bumper of Jared Reed, trying to get something going on the low side. Oh, there goes the 3-wide move. And 91 of Monteith jumps up to the high side. Doesn't have any help right now. And here comes a couple other drivers jumping up to that third lane, trying to block the run of the 91. And oh, they go round. Big wreck in the back here. Trucks are flipping. Greg Froelich involved. Brian Rupert involved. Monteith. Caution is out. We are going to have ourselves a green-white checker It'll be better to tell you who was not involved. Brandon Pollock, Jared Reed, Jonathan Cofield, Tyler Barnett, Corey Bragg. Actually, Corey was involved. So Tyler Barnett not involved. So those are the 4 drivers not involved in this one. The rest of the lead pack all was. And let's see if we can bring up that wreckage rewind. And it looked like it started with the 08 of Brian Rupert, but let's watch here from the blimp, as that's going to give us the best view of everyone involved in that one. So we see Monteith up on the 3rd lane, and oh, no, the 55 of Charlie Gates Jr. turns. That is Kosick right in front of the field. Brett Bieber involved in that. And then everybody just comes piling in. And the track basically becomes a parking lot, gets blocked. You've got trucks up in the fence. You've got trucks on their lid. See Fronick going head on into the outside wall. Tyler Barnett did get a little piece of that, along with the 06 of Corey Bragg. And trucks just continuing to pile in from behind, just nowheres to go. Because it just happened so fast, there is nowheres to go. Kosick able to get back up on his wheels and see if he's able to get back to the pit lane. So well, this changes everything, as we've got new players up towards the front now. See, Brandon Pollock is your leader. Jared Reed sits back in 2nd. Jonathan Cofield in 3rd. And those would be the 1 and the 58 would be the only really clean trucks out on the track right now. We see Tyler Barnett back in 4th. You see quite a bit of damage to that 84 machine. Greg Fronick, a lot of damage on that 31. Steve McDonald. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Looks like, excuse me. Nope, he's got quite a bit of damage on that 68. Same with Ryan Derrick, Matt Telder. So we see all these drivers here with damage. Logan Monteith had a reset, so he's able to get a fresh truck and get back out on track. But Garrett Kinder has retired as well. So a couple drivers have retired from the race. We're going to have ourselves a green-white checkered attempt. So what that's going to be, for those of you who are new, the green flag is going to fly. If we make it around to the white flag, the yellow flag will be put away, and we will have 1 lap of racing. If the yellow flag comes out before the white flag comes out, then we'll have 1 more attempt to do it again. And in the event of the yellow flag coming out in that 2nd attempt, then the race will be deemed complete. And the checkered flag will be the next flag that flies. So lights are off on the pace truck once again. Brandon Pollock on the inside, Jared Reed on the outside, Jonathan Cofield restarting in 3rd. And those are the only trucks that really have the speed right now, because everybody behind has quite a bit of damage. Tyler Barnett restarts in 4th, Greg Fronick in 5th, and Mark Brewster back in the 6th position. So we started the race with 37 trucks on track. And as we run right now, it looks like we only have about 23 trucks still on track. As we get ready to go back, green flag racing. Brandon Pollock down to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We are back racing here at Daytona. Just 2 laps to go. And Brandon Pollock out to a huge lead. Unfortunately for him, that is not where he wants to be right now. So we see Jonathan Cofield and Jared Reed side by side. And Reed's got a lot of damage on the left side. Cofield's got a lot of damage on the right side. Now you see exactly what I was saying. Cofield to the outside, trying to take the lead from Brandon Pollock. Pollock, though, back out to the lead with a push from Barnett as they make their way off of turn number 4 to the short chute. Can the white flag come out? There it is. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Cofield getting the big push here on the high side. He's got Jared Reed give him the big shove there, trying to do everything he can to get him out in front. Down the backstretch for the final time. Cofield and Pollock side by side. Cofield down with the advantage into turn number 3. Is he going to be able to clear Pollock? No, he's going to stay tucked right down on that door, trying to use a little bit of a side draft. There's the side draft off of turn number 4. Big move to the outside. Here comes Jared Reed to the outside. Does he have a chance here? Down to the stripe. Contact and across the line. It's going to be big wreck. Not quite sure who got the win there. We're going to take a look here in a moment at our results. We'll have to wait for iRacing to figure out the results here. Jonathan Cofield gets the win. With Jared Reed in second, Brandon Pollock falling all the way back to third. Matt Telder and Tyler Barnett round out your top 5. So Jonathan Cofield, your winner. Butch Taylor comes home 6th. Mark Brewster 7th. Ryan Derrick, Steve McDonald, and Greg Froenig round out your top 10. Then Matt Kleeman, Brandon Wallace, Logan Monteith. Mike Kosick falls all the way back to 14th. Brett Bieber in 15th. Charlie Gage Jr., Kenneth Pack, Travis Bieber, Kai Shaprit, and Corey Bragg round out your top 20. 21st will be Brian Rupert, Todd Schott 22nd, Corey Bigley 23rd, Mike Bertosa Jr. in 24th, Aaron Sire in 25th, Isaiah Gill, Adam Lang, Greg Barnett, Gary Wright, and Colton Lanford round out your top 30. Then 31st, Garrett Kindner, Andy Kurtz 32nd, Corey Hines 33rd, Ryan Huff 34th, Fry Hubbard falls back to 35th, James Seafrost 36th, and Aaron Theriot comes home in 37th position. So a wild finish here tonight as we get ready to bring in our top 3, starting with your 3rd place finisher, Brandon Pollock. Brandon, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, got me?
There, we got you loud and clear, Brandon. Man, great job coming home in 3rd tonight. Not the finish that you were hoping there coming off of turn number 4. Looked like you had a shot to get the win, and then all heck broke loose right there at the end. But can't be disappointed at the beginning of the season to get up here on the podium here tonight. What happened there on that last lap? Can you give us a walk through it from your end?
It's pretty simple. I ran out of gas coming off of 4, and I wouldn't have even gotten 3rd if it weren't for the guy behind me pushing me. Man, they're doing a great job.
Man, I didn't realize that some people were that close on gas, and man, to run out of gas off of turn 4 and bring it home in 3rd, that's pretty incredible. Was that the strategy? Were you kind of planning not to have a green-white check, or is that why you ran out of gas there? Not expecting that at the end?
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. I didn't even think about the green right checkered. I didn't take that into account, and it bit me on the ass.
Well, still, congratulations with the podium here. First podium of the season's got to feel good to get that out of the way before we let you go, though. Anyone you want to thank? Any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Sorry. The sponsors of our series, Cofield Asphalt Refining or Refinishing, Intensity Broadcast, Peg Leg Belts, Thunder Super Series, Kinder Farm and Ranch. My team for all the help that they've helped with and shit.
And well, again,
Had to make sure I threw in a cuss word.
I see. I don't have my beat button, so I usually reserve that for Garrett Kinder. No, I'm just playing. But man, a great job tonight, getting that podium here tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon as the season goes on.
Yeah, hopefully my interviewing gets better.
Have a great one. That's your third place finisher, Brandon Pollock. Let's bring in your second place finisher, Jared Reed. Jared, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Man, that was a wild finish there at the end. Just found out that Pollock ran out of fuel there coming off of turn number 4, and that's where all heck broke loose. But you had a little bit of damage on your truck. It looked like it was slowing you down just a little bit, but you made an attempt there. Was that the move you were expecting to make coming off of turn number 4, kind of jumping to the high side? And were you expecting the third lane to be up there a little bit sooner than it was?
Yeah, I was hoping I would get some help to come behind me where I can make something happen. Kind of worked out there. Ended up with second since he ran out of fuel. But yeah, everybody got a huge run there at the end. It was a crazy finish.
Now, a couple drivers running out of fuel. Were you kind of expecting this one might add a green-white checker, or were you kind of playing for the regular length of the race?
I was saving hard in case there was, 2 green-white checkers. I didn't know if I was gonna make it to the end or not.
Well, the strategy worked out for you there, being there at the end, showing some strength with that front bumper here tonight, keeping yourself up towards the front and getting a great podium finish here tonight in second. Before we let you go, anyone to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank Hardline Transport Solutions and you guys at Intensity Broadcasting for putting on this broadcast tonight.
Well, we do appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks, Josh.
That was your second place finisher, Jared Reed, and let's bring in your winner tonight, Jonathan Cofield. Jonathan, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me? Oh, I see the light keying up, but I don't hear you. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. I couldn't hear you.
No, there we go, man. What a win! You're getting good at these super speedway things. I mean, talked to you Friday night, talking to you again here tonight. Was there anything you learned on Friday night that they took into tonight to help you get the win?
No, these trucks don't work nowhere near like the other ones do. I just tried to stick with my teammates all night. Lost McDonald when Bieber got into him, and then Caustic got turned there. So I was kind of just by myself in the last couple laps.
But you're able to make it work with that aggressive move there. I know we said before Brandon Pollock ran out of fuel there, and it was the difference there. Were you expecting there to be a green-white checker? Were you saving for that, or were you just planning on the full length of the race?
I had planned on 2 green-white checkers, but if another one would have happened, I'd have ran out of fuel too. So that caution at about halfway, I think we went in and fueled up. I was going to do it on one stop, but I think that caution come out a little bit early, not quite to halfway. So every caution we had after that, I turned the ignition off, done all the coasting I could just to save all the fuel I could.
Well, a great job tonight, coming home with another win. And the first win of the season. That feels good to get that out of the way and locks you into the playoffs for this league as well. So congratulations on that. Before I let you go, I know you got a few people you want to shout out here.
Yes, sir. The series sponsor, Hardline Transport. You guys, Intensity, can't wait to go back and watch. You guys do a great job. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply. My teammates, Michael Kostick and Stephen McDonald. We all had a good run tonight.
Well, again, congrats on the win, and I'm sure good luck the rest of the season. We'll be talking again soon, I'm sure.
Thank you, Josh.
So there you have it. Jonathan Cofield is your winner here tonight in the Outlaw Series. Don't forget to join us back here in about 15 minutes or so, and we get ready for the Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series coming up in about 15 minutes. So that's our boy. Thank you again for joining in tonight. We do appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over